Hey everybody, it's Andrew and Jill Hasman here today. The topic of conversation is the speculation tax. And very commonly we get calls and questions from clients asking about speculation tax implications. So Jill's going to take it away this afternoon and tell you a little bit about what's happening with speculation tax. Big changes coming.
The SVT is an annual tax based on how owners use residential properties in major urban areas of BC. The annual tax rate is 2% of the assessed value of the property for foreign owners and satellite families, and 0.5% for Canadian citizens or permanent residents. The minimum residency requirement to avoid the SVT is that the home should be occupied for 180 days or 6 months out of every year. Until now, strata owners who had properties within strata buildings that were not allowed to rent out their suites may have qualified for an SVT exemption. That changes in 2022.
So for anyone that maybe owns a condo in Vancouver and they're living in that condo, maybe they've just gotten a transfer and they're going to be heading off to Montreal for a year working in Montreal. And so naturally they don't want to be sitting with the condo vacant. They decide to rent out the condo. But hang on a sec. What happens if the strata bylaw in the condominium says no rentals, or maybe the rentals are at their maximum? So what do you do then? Well, if the property cannot be rented out and sits vacant, in the past there'd be a speculation tax exemption, and the homeowner could be exempt from speculation tax. But in 2022, that exemption is gone, and that condo owner, even though they can't rent it out, is going to be now subject to the speculation tax.
The object of the SVT tax was to discourage housing speculation and encourage people with vacant homes in BC to convert them into long-term rentals. I'm going to ask Andrew to answer a few questions, some what ifs. So I'm living in my condo. I've been there for a number of years, and now I've been transferred for a year to Toronto. What do I do?
So obviously you want to check to see if, well, first of all, do you want to rent the condo out or do you want to keep it vacant? A lot of people will want to rent it out because they don't want it sitting there empty. But again, it all comes down to what do the strata bylaws say in the condominium that you reside in. If the bylaws restrict rentals, then you are potentially going to have a problem with speculation tax. Of course, if rentals are allowed, it's a non-issue, you rent it out. But let's just say you can't rent it out and you're going to be subject to speculation tax. If that property, let's use an example, is assessed, let's say $1 million, then you're going to be hit with a $5,000 tax bill, speculation tax, in that tax year.
So I guess my other option is to rent it out if I can. If I can't, though, can I go to the council, the strata council of my building, and ask them for an exemption on hardship to be able to rent it out?
So in a lot of cases, stratas do allow an exception where they'll allow a homeowner to rent out a property if they can claim hardship. The question is the strata going to look at that as a hardship case or not? That is something that the individual condo owner needs to go to the strata and see if that's something that they're going to allow or not. It's just like, you know, if you have any other questions about the speculation tax or any tax for that matter, we're not here to give any tax advice whatsoever. What we're here to do is make sure you're aware of the potential issue. You can go onto the speculation tax website. It's a provincial website. It's easy to navigate, get the information there, find out more what they can possibly tell you there, or speak to your accountant and make sure you know what your obligations are and what your rights are, because again, this can be an expensive additional tax in 2022 that many may not be aware of.
If you found this video to be informative and you want more information, please subscribe to Remax Andrew Hasman.
All the best. We'll talk to you soon.